Hi, sweeties. Gempa. If you don't already know by now, Kalibito Gempa, and welcome back to our channel. We are currently in September. Wow, like the year has run so fast. I feel like we say that each and every year, so hi. But anyways, in today's video we will be discussing the 12 books I want to read before 2024 ends. It was actually supposed to be 24 books, but then I realized that I've read majority of the books that I've been wanting to read, and I think there's like 12 or 13 left, so we're gonna just talk about them. Without further ado, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below if you have anything to say. Remember, constructive criticism, I repeat, constructive criticism. Let's get into it. Before we start to talk about these books, I just want to say majority of the time I go in blind with a book. That means that I don't read the blurb. I never know what the book is about unless if like it popped up on my TikTok and someone spoke about it. Then that is one of the instances where I know what the book is about. Other than that, I'm usually a go in blind type of girl, buying a book just because the cover is freaking pretty. Yeah, I judge a book by its cover, so don't start. But yeah, so I'm saying this because I will be listing a few books and I genuinely don't know what these books are about. And the reason why I want to read them before 2024 ends is because I literally have FOMO because they're highly recommended on Book Talk, and so I want to know why. Like, I genuinely want to know why everyone is like, this is such a good book, highly recommend, 5-star read, hell, infinity amount of stars. So yeah. Anyways, let's start. The first book I want to read is the Mindfuck series. When I tell you, each and every dark romance girly that I've spoken to has said that this book is phenomenal. They're literally shocked at the fact that I have not read this book. I'm shocked at myself that I have not read this book. What I've been told thus far is the fact that she's a serial killer, he's a policeman or a cop, if I must say, because policemen, a lot of people are triggered by me saying policeman. So he's a cop investigating the killings she has done. They get into a relationship, but he does not know that she is the perpetrator that he's looking for. She knows that she knows that she is being hunted down by him, but still decides to get into the relationship. So I'm very curious as to, ma'am, you know he's looking for you, yet you decided to go into this relationship with him. They say if you love danger, you'll follow it. And I guess this time it's more of you'll sleep with it. But yeah, I have not heard a single bad review about this book. Literally no review, like no bad review. Even the girlies that aren't dark romance girlies recommend this book. Like, they enjoyed this book. So I'm guessing it's that good. I'll find out. Plus, it's on this month's monthly TBR, so hoping I get to it soon. Maybe this weekend I'll read it. Do comment if you want a reading vlog on the Mindfuck series. Okay, the second book I want to read is God of Fury by Rena Kent. This is the, I don't know book number what in the God of Legacy. I think that's the name of the series. When I tell you, out of the entire series, this is the only book I want to read. I think there's like, I don't know, 5 or 6 books in this series. This is the only one that has been calling my name. I don't even know what it's about. I just know it is an MM book, meaning that they're not gay, because I don't think they identify as gay, but then it's a male romance book. And the other one is a psychopath. I don't even know if like he is genuinely a psychopath or he's like diagnosed with something else, but he seems like a psychopath from what I've been reading and seeing on TikTok. And the other one is more of a level-headed, think things first before doing them type of person. And now when they meet, of course it's gonna be chaotic, because the other one is like, you are mine, and this one is like, I am fucking not yours, so don't you even try to come near me. Yet he is persistent. He's like, you are mine. And the funny part is, the most funniest thing I've seen recently on TikTok about this book is the fact that, like, at first the level-headed guy is like, I'm not gay, and the other guy is like, My dick won't stand up for anyone else other than you, so you are fucking gay because of that. I'm like, okay. I think the $1,000,000 question is, am I willing to literally read the entire series? I think there's like 3 books before that, or 2, I'm not even sure, before I get to God of Fury. Am I willing to like sacrifice that, my time, to read all of that just to get to the book I want? We'll see. But I feel like I am going to do it because it can be read as a standalone book, but it's part of a series, you understand? So I feel like I wouldn't be doing the book justice because certain characters, it is interconnected, certain characters do appear in there, and I'll be like, okay fine, who the fuck is this? Because they're not going to explain who that character is, because they, in the author's mind, you have read the books before that one. So yeah, I might actually read the entire series, but this is the specific book I want to read. Okay, the next book is, the third book is Fourth Wing. This is a fantasy. I don't know, I think it's a romantasy. There's dragons, there's war, there's, I don't know what else there is, but everyone and their mother has been saying this book is phenomenal. Like, this book is top tier in terms of the fantasy, the romance, the writing, the way the author just combines the world, and the way she explains it is so beautiful. And I'm guessing I was like, sold, give me 14 of them right now, because I've been wanting to read that book for, I think, ever since a week after it came out. A lot of people were already raving about it. Till this day, people are still talking about Fourth Wing and how amazing it is. So we'll see. Plus, I heard like it's sort of more of, if you want to get into fantasy, Fourth Wing is like the book you should read as well. And because of that, I want to read it more because it means it's less complicated in terms of world building, and you're able to understand it easier compared to other fantasy books, you know. So I'm still at the beginner stages of fantasy. Am I even allowed to say that? Because I read ACOTAR and I understood that world. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm still at what level? 4, 5? Okay, that's not beginner. That's intermediate. But then yeah, I'm there. Then fourth book, I think. The fourth book I want to read is The Things We Leave Unfinished. I think that was also by Rebecca Yarros, which is the same author that wrote Fourth Wing. This book broke so many people. And I think if you're from TikTok, you know I don't mind crying on TikTok. Like, I don't mind crying about a book on TikTok. That is the only time I'll ever cry on TikTok. That is the only reason why I want to read this book, because it made so many people emotional. It made so many people sob. I want to feel that type of tears. I want to feel those types of emotions. I need to feel those types of emotions at least once a month. So I am anxious but very much excited for this one. Yeah. The next book is Babel. So this is more of a dark academia book. I've never read any dark academia book, so this will be my first ever. If this goes bad, I will not be reading dark academia books, because this is like, I don't know, 800 pages, right? If it literally goes bad, I will take a step back. Like I said, I have no idea what it's about. It's been raving on TikTok, and I think I forgot the specific quote in the book that made me want to literally grab this book and read it right now. I forgot it, but I know out of all these books on my list, it has been here for the longest of time. I think since the beginning of the year, I've been wanting to read the Babel. That's even before A Little Life. That's even before A Little Life, and A Little Life was like what, 6 months ago. So yeah, plus the cover is gorgeous. It's just one of those books where You pick it up, you're like, I don't know what you're about, but you're coming home with me. So yeah. I went on the fifth book. Not even sure, but yeah. The fifth book I want to read is number one. Let me check real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's number 6. Okay. It is Manacle. So this book is actually interesting because Harry Potter fans, like girls that loved Harry Potter, or boys, sorry. This book follows right after Harry Potter, but this time Harry is dead. Like, he did not win against Voldemort. Is it Voldemort or Voldemort? You know you. Yeah, we move. And he is dead. Now we have, I can't even pronounce her name. Hermione. Whatever her name is, do not come for me, Harry Potter fans. Thank you. She goes through the fucking most in this book. Like, she goes through the most in this book. To a point, it has people sobbing. Literally crying. Faces swollen. Eyes are bloodshot red. And I was like, I want to experience that myself as a girly that adores crying about books. Yeah. I don't even know. I think, but I heard that there's a romance between her and, what is that boy from Slytherin? I forgot his name. Like, they have a romance in that book, and I was shipping them from the get-go. Like, I don't know why. I literally believed that he would somehow have character development. He would turn good, and Hermione would be like, "Oh, okay, you've changed, and I like you," and they would be together. Nope. But now the fact that there's a book that actually gives us that love story, but in such a heartbreaking way, I want to read it. I want to read it. I think just the problem might be, I don't know if I'm going to need to read Harry Potter. I've read Harry Potter, the first one, which is, I think, the Philosopher's Stone, the first book. I gave it like a 2 out of 5. I think it's because I watched the movie, and so certain things were just irritating me a bit. I'll have to, or it's just one of those books where it wasn't the time to read it, and I just forced myself to carry on reading, hoping it gets better. It never got better. I might reread it. We'll see about that. But other than that, I think I'm just worried if I'm going to get into that world, because I don't fully understand Hogwarts or the world that is Harry Potter. So we'll see about that one. The 6th book I want to read is Archer's Voice. Now, if you've been on TikTok for the longest time, you'll know this book is like an OG book. This book has been on TikTok. People have been talking about this book, and I have not even read it. And it's not even a bad thing that I have not even read it. It's just that the way people are reviewing the book and the emotions they expressed when talking about it, or even making like reading vlogs where they show their expression while reading the book, has me wanting to know what is going on. And I heard he's mute. Like, there's a scene where they're arguing, he can't say anything, like she walks away, or it's like, I want to find out what the hell happens. And I will not let anyone spoil it for me. Like, each and every time I see any of these books on BookTok, I'm like, nope, thank you, you're right. So that's where we are in terms of Archer's Voice. Okay, I don't even know I'm number what, but then we move. Another book I want to read is Normal People. So this is one of the books where I actually did read the blurb, because I've been saying the reviews people were giving were vague, in my opinion. They weren't sort of getting into the book or trying to tell us what the book is about. They were giving the emotions on the book. From what I remember reading the blurb, it's more of, I think it's either college or high school romance. It's not even romance. The other one is rich, the other one is poor, or the other one is popular, the other one is not. And then they meet in certain area and they have a conversation. That is the first time they talk to each other. I think the thingy one does not know the popular one. The popular one does not know the thingy one, right? The one that's not popular. And so when they have that conversation for the first time, they have shit and they realize that they have something in common and that they enjoy spending time together. The problem now is that they live in a society where the popular do not mix with the non-popular people, and I think the popular one is problematic. It's always the popular ones that are problematic, but then yeah, he or she is problematic. I don't know what gender this one is. The popular one is, but then problematic, not problematic, and then they try to not get their worlds collide. They try to not like be together or no, but somehow they find themselves in situations where they are together or they thinking about each other, falling for each other. I don't remember, but that's the blurb thus far. Yeah. Don't know if I still want to read that one though. Because the way I'm explaining it, I'm thinking to myself, it sounds so ordinary. But we'll see. Okay, the next book is Love and Other Words by Love and Other Words. So this is a second chance romance, I believe. I honestly don't know. From what I've seen, I'm taking that. And she is engaged to someone else but runs into the love of her life. Like from high school, from in her past. Like that guy used to be the love of her life in her past. And now they run into each other. So it becomes a thing of trying to figure out if she wants to explore that again. Obviously the connection is still there, but there's a lot of emotion that goes with him and their love together, because there's a specific reason why she broke things off. I think she left him behind, or he said I love you and then she just said I don't love you back and then left or something. So there's a reason why she did that. So everything just comes into the future where her life is like, you know, when your life is in order and then there's just someone that comes in from your past and disrupts that order. That is the only reason why I want to read this book, because can relate to such trauma in thy life, and I want to know, I want to feel someone else's heartbreak while going through that journey. I felt my own, now I want to feel someone else's. Yeah. The next book I want to read is One True Love. If you've read the book, you know why I'm screaming. Like, you know why I'm screaming about this book. Okay, listen now. This book, I know that this one will have me in shambles. I'm not gonna lie. This one, I already know it's gonna make me cry. Basically, this girl meets the love of her life. They build a life together. On their first anniversary, the man goes on a business trip, right? And he dies. You know, something happens on the business trip and he dies, right? Good. And then this woman is literally left shattered. She has to rebuild her world. She has to continue her life without the love of her life, right? Because he's gone. Shapu, she builds that. She finds herself. And then she meets this other guy and they connect. And she starts moving on with her life. She falls in love with this guy. Only for her husband that died to come back. He did not really die. Something happened to him. We don't know what. I don't know what. I'm sure some of y'all know. I don't. But he comes back into her life. What does she do? Okay, I don't know. I'm screaming like... I know. I screamed like I was gonna tell you, but I honestly don't know, because if that was me, where do you begin? Like, you've fallen in love with another guy, you've mourned your relationship with your husband because he died, you've mourned your relationship with your husband, you've mourned your husband in itself, and you moved on, and now you are in love with someone else. Your life has continued, you've built a new life with this man, yet your previous life has come back. And it's not even like it was trauma or whatever, it's the fact that he died. It's like termination, no explanation, nothing. But then this, your husband just walks back in. Moving on. Okay, the next book I want to read is actually like, only because I have not read this, but I've read like, I don't want to say I've read all of the book genres, but I've read like quite a few. I think more like 70% of book genres. The only book genre I have not read is cowboy romance. I know, like, cowboy romance I have not read. So that is the only reason why I actually want to read this book, and I've heard good things. Only because, actually, I haven't even heard good things. It's only because one of my favorite book talkers loved this book, and her reaction to this book was like, and I quote, she said, "You know when you read about a guy, or when you're talking to a guy and you just know that he's packing." That was what she said. I was like, sold! I'll read the book, and the book in question is done and dusted. Sorry, I don't have the name of the authors here, so if I don't, but I'll be posting like the pictures, of course. Yeah, and the last book I want to read. Oh my god, this will be an end of an era. Not even an era at this point, because I still need to read Once Upon a Broken Heart. But then the last book I want to read is Spectacular. Oh, not even the last book I want to read. That's not the last book I want to read. Fuck, what am I saying? I need to add one last book here. Yeah. Sure, I almost forgot. So it's okay. The next book I want to read is Spectacular by Stephanie Garber, which is the fourth book in the Caraval series. I love the Caraval series. It was my first ever fantasy book series that I started and finished in like, I don't know how long, I think a week. I adored every minute of Caraval. And so she's coming out, I don't know if it's a novella or a full-out book. I think, yeah, I think it's a novella, so like 3.5. But I am so excited. I want to know what happened. Is everyone happy? Are they engaged? Do people have babies? I hope it's that type of book, not more drama, please. Now, the last book I want to read. Now, this one is my favorite book series. If you know, you know. So, let me set up handlines for this one. My favorite book series is the Ravenhood trilogy by Rena. No, by, well, I was about to say Rena Kane. By Kate Stewart. When I tell you that book lives rent-free in my heart, my soul, and my mind, you just do not even understand, and I'm not even going to try and explain it. So, my favorite character of the entire series is Dominic King. Miss Kate Stewart decided that she wants to traumatize us, that she wants to shatter us even more than we already were after reading the trilogy. And she came out with Dominic's book, which is called One Last Rainy Day. When I tell you, I'm scared as hell to read that book. And not because I think it's going to be bad or it's not going to live up to my expectations or the hype. No, I definitely know it's going to live up to that. I'm not even scared about that. I'm terrified about the fact that after reading that book, I will never hear from him again. I will never hear a peep about Dominic again. of course other characters will be mentioning him like now and then, like, remember how Dominic used to do this? And yeah, nah, I will never hear words come out of his mouth. I will never hear quotation marks from Dom. And I'm just not ready for that. I feel like I'll never be ready for that. Oh, I don't want to cry. We're not gonna cry. We're not gonna cry. Okay, we'll see once I end this video, because I'm thinking of now. We love rainy days. Oh, fuck. But anyways, thank you for staying till the very end of the video. I highly appreciate it. See you next time. Mwah.